welcome back to the pod. It's your boy Will. We are excited today because we got our boy back finally, Tweez is back in the building. Say what's up, Tweez. Welcome
Man,
back.
man. First and foremost, before we get into it, you feel me? Shout out to the homeboy for holding it down. We appreciate you for the few episodes. We got to get an episode with you with all of us together. I was vibing with it. It was a
Which
good
homeboy? There
episode.
was two.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. I tried to watch both of them, but I only could watch like snippets because like my phone didn't work in the Philippines like that. Like I couldn't really watch videos, and then I didn't find out till too late that I had to get like a VPN. I was really old. Like I did. Yeah, I mean, I had to get like a VPN to like watch like the videos, and I didn't really have that much time. So which one had on the Raider hat? So
It was Eric
excuse
and
me.
Ron.
Okay, shout out to Eric and Ron. I'll play this. We could do it with both of them. I'm fine with that.
Which
I
one did
am
you
really.
watch?
I watched the first one.
Also,
I
you
didn't
saw
really get to watch
Eric.
it. I saw Eric because he had the Raider hat on, right? Was that the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Eric for sure. I couldn't really have time to watch the second one. Life was in the Philippines. Life got hectic because I think the around time I was gonna start watching the second one, like what I told you earlier, people start getting sick, blah blah blah. Life started
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
So I just want to say yeah. So the first one, I kind of sat down and watched a decent amount. It was just kind of crazy because you kept lying to people and you was like, oh, the reason why he ain't here is because
We just want to know how
we
you
was
how you doing, how you
yeah for sure.
mobile now, your physical therapy went well, all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did physical therapy in the Philippines, as you may know. I mean, I guess somebody told the story goes, right, that we was hooping and then somebody crossed my ankles and then like got out it was really bad to the point where I needed surgery or something crazy like that. I don't know where that story came from, but that's the rumor around the block.
yeah.
Um
We don't
well,
put people on blast or nothing like that. So,
yeah, I don't know where that came from. That is like very like crazy allegations. So we gonna
I
just leave them
know. I don't know where
allegations
that crossover
there.
came from either, man. It was
That's
wild.
what I'm saying. Like we don't even talk about basketball for real. So I don't know how to. I don't even know. This is a football channel. I don't even know how we got to basketball on this channel.
Well,
But
sometimes we play one on one. Sometimes things happen, and some people end up in the hospital. Sometimes it's okay.
okay. Well, let's maybe sometime soon in the future we should record one of those and see who ankles get put in the hospital. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, we can easily.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, yeah.
We
All
can.
right, for sure. I just want to see. I just want to see.
Yeah,
So we can see. So we can see. Because I'm fully healed now. So we can see if the allegations was really true or that was just like because I wasn't there for that to happen. So I just want to see what
um,
life is like. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Since what I heard my brother got the hezzy now. He got the hezzy
yeah,
tween
yeah,
step
yeah,
back.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I kind of want to see what that's
I had to
about.
do it to you real quick. Hit the game winner real quick. Feel me? So
Allegedly,
yeah,
allegedly.
yeah.
So.
But anyways, we happy you back though. Finally,
Yeah, man.
finally we get
I
you
I
back.
am I am definitely glad to be back, man. I for those who may not know, I was on a trip. Went on a family trip vacation. We went to the Philippines for a couple weeks. That's why I wasn't here to make content, but it was a very eye opening experience. I loved it out there, bro. It was so much fun, dog.
What was
We
the best food?
The Filipino food was fire. Like it was, I can't. Well, duh. But I'm just saying, like, but
Obviously, it's
like,
Filipino food.
okay,
You in the
but the way
Philippines.
wait, I'm talking
What
about
was the best thing though?
what was the best thing? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Filipino food is just fire as a whole. Let's just get that out the way, right? So like the liempo, the lechon, the pancit, um, I don't want to butcher the name, but like this, it's like a Senegal soup or something like that.
Yeah, synagogue.
I Senegal soup, something like that. There's a sour soup, and then there's like a beef broth type soup. I can't remember the name of it, but that was fire. You usually eat that with rice. You feel me?
You get that chicken
Um,
adobo?
of course, chicken adobo. Yeah, but sometimes I ain't gonna lie. It depends where you go get the adobo, because some of them places had the adobo, but it was too vinegar free. I mean, too vinegary for me personally. But it was still good.
Yeah.
Like they make it a little bit different, but it was still fire. They love their mangoes. Like they love their
Your
mangoes.
your girl was posting mango like all day, every day. So like,
We
yeah,
ate mango every day, probably at some point in time. Whether it was like a mango, like the mango itself, mango cheesecake, a mango ice cream, a mango milkshake, a mango. I don't know. Like it was just a bunch of mangoes we was eating. Like we was eating green mangoes, ripe mangoes, just a whole bunch of stuff. But I
yeah.
will say probably my favorite food is probably the liempo. And for those who may know, liempo is probably like a the best way to explain it for me is like barbecue ribs or barbecue pork. Like they grill it, you feel me? They chop it up into small pieces and then you eat it. But it tastes like me, like pork ribs, like barbecue ribs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not like the ones you get off the grill, but no sauce on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Filipino food, it's elite. Like
Oh, for sure.
if I'm categorizing like my Asian foods, like the countries, I think it's hard for me, but I think Filipino is number one, and then like right close second is probably Vietnamese for me.
Yeah, I've never really had a Vietnamese like full experience to really like have an opinion on it.
Mhm.
But I will say Filipino and then Chinese, I guess, right? That counts, right? I
I
can
always
use
hear
Chinese.
Koreans up there too, like Korean food.
I probably put them
People say
third.
Korean food's really good. Like Korean barbecue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Korean barbecue. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's probably it's like a 2A 2B, but Filipino food number one for
Yeah,
sure.
no, Filipino food go
Filipino.
crazy. Well, dang man, y'all's out there for a heck of long,
Yeah, man, 2 weeks, very long time,
time.
very long time, man. We did a lot of sightseeing, did a lot of traveling, did a lot of relaxing, did a whole lot of eating.
I seen
Um,
they had to row you guys in some boats down the river.
yeah,
I was
dog.
like, hey
Okay,
yo, Tweets better pay a good tip to that boy.
but dog. But here's the thing, though. Here's what, bro. Those people that be rolling you are so strong. Like,
they
dog.
gotta be they
So
pulling you.
no, so look, Pete Gang, right? So usually, okay, whatever. We gonna talk about it. They usually have like 4 people on them boats, right? Usually, on average, they have about 4 or 5 people. They only needed two for me and her brother. Let's just start right there, right? Right. So they had me and her brother in the boat. They had my girl and her mom on the boat, and then they had her dad by herself. So that's just to give you the layout, right? So they was in the front, we was in the middle, her dad was in the back. So we going, they rafting. So mind you, they gotta go upstream. So they're battling rocks upstream. Right, let's start there. So we did like the first two, no problem. I think it was the third one. My girl people boat, they went on the left side because they have like these little pole rocks area where they could lift up and basically help you slide up to the top. The people we had were the quote unquote the strongest people because they were the youngest ones, right? They wanted to be, macho man. So they like, oh, we gonna go through this little stream right here, even though it was coming down hard because it had just rained for the past couple of days. So the water was coming down very hard. We got stuck in between some rocks. And the boat started to sink because the water started to go into the boat. I almost lost my phone because I had my phone in my pocket while I was fun, and then I was fun to whip it out because I was gonna start recording. As soon as that's happening, the boat takes a dip. My whole like my bottom torso, all that is like dipped in the water. So I'm trying to get out, but mind you, I didn't wear my water shoes. I wore Crocs. I had them in sport mode though to put it fair. I put it in sport mode,
Yeah,
but it still wasn't the most ready thing to do in that
they
situation.
said there was some crocs in the water.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So they had to lift us off the boat and then put us like on top of these rocks so they could lift the boat up, take the water out, and then put it on top of this other level. So they did that, and then everything else after that was pretty smooth. But the way they like maneuvered us on the boat, like pushing off rocks with their legs, because everything they mostly doing was all leg power. Dog, them Filipinos was so strong, bro. That was so unreal. I ain't never, but they made me look rethink my life as far as like, yo, leg day look totally different for me now. I got to get back in the gym because I'm like, dude, they were, cause like we both probably together was probably like 500 pounds, give or take, right? Then you add on the rafter, then you add on the current of the water going downstream and you having to fight it going up. So they lifting us up, putting us on rocks, pushing us this way, that way. And it's like, damn, that is a lot to endure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So
mean,
I'm
if you
just
do
like,
that every day though, like you gonna get used to it, but
for sure,
that's
right? You
still a
know, and I'm pretty
lot.
sure it's normal, but it's still a lot. Like for me to, I've never seen that before. Like in the States, we don't have nothing like that. We wouldn't think about doing that's crazy.
Now we got
So
machines and like
we got
robots and
machines
all
and
that.
robots. They it's straight manpower over there. So that was good. And then it was crazy because that same rafting spot, if you know when you start at, they have like this little restaurant, had the best food. They had this fried chicken, boy, fire,
Is that the one where you was
amazing.
sitting like in the water? Like you,
No, 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 no. That was another spot. That was a whole nother
I was
situation.
gonna say, why you
So
sitting in the middle of the river eating food? Like what is you
okay,
doing,
I'm gonna
bro?
explain that
Trying to
one
connect
too.
to nature?
So yeah, right. So that was the first spot we went to. The place I'm talking about now was the second spot. So like we was like at the top of like this dock basically, and they mind you we was the only people there because I guess it was like the end of like the tourist type of timing. So we, they gave, like, her family, Filipino style, they order family style. Everybody, she ordered a bunch of stuff. You just take whatever you want, whatever, and bing bow. Um, we had like fried chicken, we had like Senegal soup, we had, of course, everything covered rice. Had lechon, and everything was hot, it was fresh, it was fire, it was amazing,
Yeah.
top tier. But the first spot I told you about with the waterfall, so damn, my girl just told me about the name today and I forgot it that fast. I am so bad with names. But anyway, we went to basically this amusement park, right? And this amusement park had like a bunch of monuments and stuff like that, but they had activities you could do when you get there. Now, granted, I didn't know nothing about the activities when we got there. So first thing I do, I'm just walking around, just not really paying attention, but just kind of just scoping, seeing what's going on. So I could see a couple things. I could see a little pool area over here and like a little basketball court, but it's raining, so ain't nobody using it. Whatever, fine. So then next, they was like, "Oh yeah, put on your water shoes." I'm like, "Oh okay, bet we finna get wet." Whatever. I'm thinking we may go in the pool or whatever. I don't know what to expect. I can hear people, but I don't see people. So they like, "Oh yeah, just walk down these stairs, whoopty whoop." So I walk down the steps. I walk left. I walk down the steps. I make a right. I make a left. I look up. Dog, all you see is like a buffet line with full of food laid out. You see a bunch of tables just in the water. Everybody's like eating, taking pictures, and then you look to your left and you see a huge waterfall that's going like 5 to 10 yards down, and everybody's like taking pictures in front of the waterfall. Excuse me. So everybody, I'm caught off guard. I'm like, yo, what is this? Dog, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. I promise you, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So they was like, oh yeah, and go sit down. So they had waiters down there. They was asking us when we want to drink, blah blah blah. They gave us plates, drinks, whatever. So we sit down, we go grab our food, we sit down. Dog, I'm like in my head, I'm like, dog, I am eating Filipino food with water running through my legs in the Philippines, eating bomb ass food. Bro, I was in heaven, bro.
You're like
I
in
was
the
in
waterfall.
heaven. In the waterfall. I was in heaven, bro. That was probably one of the most amazing eating experiences I've ever had. Top three for sure. Matt, it would easily be number one because I can't really think of nothing else on top of my head. That
Yeah.
was easily the best eating experience I've ever had. As far as like the quality of the food plus the environment I was at, easily top three. Even number one for me. I can make an argument for number one easy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Buffalo Wild Wings, but yeah.
I can't believe you just said that. All right. I almost had an error moment in my head. Okay. All right. Yeah. He said it's close to the Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay.
Hey,
If
great
that's how you
food, great environment.
Yeah, if that's how you feel about it, then yeah, sure. But all in all, man, I could go about it for a long time because I have a lot of stories about it. But
Mhm.
needless to say, man, being in the Philippines was a very eye opening experience. Beautiful people, beautiful culture, beautiful environment. Definitely a bit chaotic for sure, but definitely some fun times out there, man. And I could definitely see myself going back. I probably wouldn't. I probably If I go back, I probably would go to Boracay, which is the island where we was at the resort. We
Mhm.
was on the beach. That was amazing. That was like that's when vacation was really vacation. Like when we first got there, we was ripping and running so much because her mom's, she had to go see people and we was doing a bunch of things, because we was going to see like her old schools and stuff. So we was ripping and running. When we got to
Mhm.
Boracay, that was the first time we really was able to like chill and like relax. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that part of the trip was amazing. I will never forget that. That was
Yeah, I
dope.
seen some unfortunate lady was over there having to rub your big old feet.
Oh,
Out in
yeah,
the
it's okay,
wilderness.
It's okay though, dog. Look, check this out though. Compared to most guys,
He
I
said,
have probably
"Oh
no,
no."
but like here's the thing. Compared to most guys, I probably had the best feet. Honestly, yes, I think so. I've seen a lot of niggas. I've seen my bad. Excuse my French. I've seen a lot of dudes' feet. A lot of dudes' feet be crusty, toenails be black. We can
Oh
compare
yeah.
toes. I promise you, my toes is clean. My toes is clean. Trust me, my toes is clean.
Okay.
Um, you want to do a toe test?
I
You want to
mean,
do a toe
I'm
match?
good, bro. I'm good off all
You
that.
sure you don't want to
We
compare
trying to do
toes? We can
no
compare
toe
toes. I promise
competition.
you. We could do a
Nah,
we
bro.
could do a toe competition. I got you.
I
We
think I'm
fire.
good. I think I'm
You
good.
sure?
I ain't
When's
trying
the
to
last
see
time you
your
got your toes
toes.
done? When's the last time you got your feet done?
It's been a couple years, you know. I ain't had a pedicure in a while,
Hey,
but
check
I
this. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. You are a grown adult. Hey, Lily, please, for the love of God, go take him to get his feet done. It's been 2 years. Look, I know. Look. William ain't that much of a man not to go get his feet done. Go take him to get his feet
No,
done,
I've done it
please.
before. I've probably done
You
it like
said 2 years.
yeah, like before COVID. Ever since COVID, I haven't gone because it's just
Why not?
expensive, bro.
That's
It's like
valid. I ain't gonna lie,
$60 now. It used to be only
fam.
25. The heck?
Fam, fam, fam. And speaking of that, just to end off the Philippines, dog, dude. I got like 4 massages when I was out there. Each of no massage cost more than probably like $10, and it was like for like 2 hours. Got a pedicure, $8.
They give you a
No,
massage.
no, 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 not that type of no, 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 no. Probably no, 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 no. It's very, very professional, very
Okay, okay,
professional. Okay, not one of those.
okay.
I am in a happy relationship. Okay, um, not one of them type of massages. But nah, they were definitely. It was definitely everything was cheaper, obviously, but it was surprisingly how much cheaper. I see why people move out there at a certain point. Especially if you're tired of paying for expensive stuff and your life is good and you could just move and be good. Like you could move to the Philippines and be straight. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
have
mean?
a lot of friends that their parents like came here and everything. And then like they, had their jobs, saved up money, made sure their kids are good and set, got their education, stuff like that, and then they just like retire and just go right back to the Philippines because like over there with all the money that they saved up here and got in like investments and stuff.
They're
Oh, you
rich.
that
Yeah, they're rich. Like, kid you not, bro. They're rich. If you move to the Philippines, like you're rich right now. If you move to the Philippines,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But that just lets you know how, like, on the scale of like how low things are
Yeah.
when you out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest things too. Was like, yo, like, I know life out here. I know everybody could go be going through stuff, dog. But when you go to a third world country and you really see like how it can be for you, you know what I mean? You kind of really rethink a lot of things and to put things in perspective, man. Like you may not be where you want to be, you may not be doing what you want to do yet, but you in the house or you in the apartment or you in a room, you got clothes on your back, you got shoes to put on your feet, you got food to eat whenever you want. Like
Yep.
we was really like I was seeing some things that was like I felt it was sad. It was
Yeah.
very, very sad. But it put, like I said, it put things in perspective, dog. Like it can really be different for you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Depending on where you're
needless,
born at, it's life can
yeah,
be
real,
really
real.
different.
And the crazy part about it, bro, it's no middle. It's no middle. It's just straight. If it's either you got it or you don't. There's no in between.
Hmm.
And both sides don't really mix for real. So yeah, man, definitely a very eye opening experience, man. I
Yeah.
wouldn't change it for the world. And yeah, man, I'm just happy to be back, bro. How you been? How's been life, man? You've been having to do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You've been recording. You know what I'm saying? You've been having to make the thing. You know what I'm saying? You've been having to lead the show, man. How's it been for you,
Yeah.
dog?
No, it's been good. I'm just so thankful that I have friends that are like willing to actually, hop on with me and just,
Yeah, yeah. Shout
entertain
out
the
to them,
idea
man.
of them being on a podcast. Eric was hilarious, as he always
Yes,
is, but
yes.
you heard his top five?
I don't think I can't recall. You have to remind me.
Okay, he's got CJ Stroud in his top five right now, which
As quarterbacks,
yeah.
I
So
mean, if you want to talk about it, I'm not gonna lie.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna
I
lie.
get the
He is
statistic
not.
part of it, but like I don't know if he's earned top five yet. Like
I'm not gonna
we
lie.
gotta see what he does in playoffs.
He may not be top five, but top 10. We can kind of talk
Probably
about it.
top 10
Can't even
right now.
lie.
Probably
Can't
top
talk.
10. I don't know what I
Yeah.
did. I scratched my cheek right now, bro, and I'm bleeding.
Like right now, like
No,
live.
it's bleeding.
Oh God, that must have been like an ingrow hair or something. You had
Probably.
to. Yeah.
But yeah, Eric was that. But no, it was fun. And then I had Ron on. Ron was hecka cool. He knows his stuff when it comes to football. He played college ball and everything. So
Oh, okay. Then
he talked
yeah.
about like his experience playing in college and what happened, how come he didn't
Where
end
he
up
go?
playing
What
there.
school did he go to?
He went to Sac State.
Oh,
He
okay.
played a little
Bet.
bit at DVC, then he
Uh
played
huh.
at Sac State, and then that was kind of like the end of his career there. But he got a shoulder injury that kind of took him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was cool. He he was talking so much mess because he was like coming after me for my top five quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's disgusting.
yeah, no, and yeah, I mean,
You have the worst quarterback list I think I've ever heard. Respectfully, you got the worst list. It's like
I
I
think it's
get it,
changed a
bro.
little
Like
bit. I think it's
I
changed.
huh?
I think it's
It's
changed a
changed
little bit.
it's a little bit. Okay, for sure. We gonna see because we gonna run it back, man. We gonna
Yeah,
run it
but
back,
no,
man.
it was a lot of fun having them on. I think it would be cool if we did like group discussions for like the podcast and stuff. Because
I'm
I
down for
think,
that.
yeah, I think it's fun like having like more opinions and like
Yeah, for sure.
other energies
100%.
come in every once
Yeah,
in a while at
yeah.
least. I do got some stuff to talk to you about though after this. So,
All right, let's
we gotta
do
get
it.
some video, some content cooking, and I ordered some stuff. So, we getting ready for all this stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah, put like this.
Um,
Look, trust me. Look, we back. No one getting messed up. We back. We cooking. So I'm back now. The
yeah,
vacation's over. We back to we get into work. So be on the lookout for the new content. Promise you. Be on the
yeah,
lookout. So yeah.
yeah. I've been thinking about some ideas, so I want to run them by
Say
you.
less.
We'll talk
Say
about it
less. Say
after.
less. Say less.
But
Anyway,
anyway, man, you want to talk about Thanksgiving?
I didn't
Thanksgiving
have a
game?
Thanksgiving. Oh, okay. You want to talk about that? Well, first of all, I didn't have a Thanksgiving. I came home. Everybody was sick, so I was in the
Yeah. I was gonna say you
house.
didn't bring me a plate again this year, but it's all
How I'm
good.
gonna bring you a plate? You want me to bring you a sick plate?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay then,
That's why I
bet.
said
All
I'm
right,
good.
all right, all right, bet. That's what I'm saying. Well, but the thing was like, her mom's and them cook, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you go to like I didn't have like the traditional Thanksgiving. Like you go to people's house, have the food, blah. Like we had like a little smaller Thanksgiving, but everybody was sick, so everybody kind of kept it compact. So um this probably be like the second year I quote unquote missed Thanksgiving, but not really. But I still ain't got my mac and cheese yet, like just a little usual, whatever. Anyway,
I have 4 plates of dressing, bro.
oh, well, Justin's fire though.
I have a controversial opinion about Thanksgiving, but
Okay, let's talk
basically,
about
like
it.
I wait all year for
Uh huh.
stuffing, dressing, however you
Yeah,
say it in your household. I
yeah,
wait
it
all
wasn't the
year for
same.
it. So I'm like, all these other things I can get any time of year. Well, besides like turkey, but like all year I'm waiting for the stuffing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let me go crazy with just this. So I had like 4 plates of just stuffing with like gravy and turkey. Oh,
Why is it that you love stuffing so much or dressing so much?
I don't know. I think it's just there's so much flavor in it. It's just like there's so much flavor and it's like this just soggy, messy goodness that like yeah, like
That don't
it
sound
doesn't
good the way you explain it. I ain't gonna lie.
but it's just it's all the flavors that are in it, like the bacon, the celery, the carrots, the butter, the the juice from the turkey, all that stuff just thrown into the breadcrumbs and just
Who be making the dressing for the family?
my grandma.
She put bacon in it.
She put bacon in it.
I've
Not
never
like
heard that.
bacon bits, not bacon bits. Like
No,
she
like actual
actually
bacon.
cooked bacon
Nah.
and like chop it up and put it in there.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I'm more used to I think like ground beef or ground turkey
Okay,
in
no,
it.
we use bacon.
Okay,
Outdated, but yeah.
that sounds good. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I sounds like bacon. I'm like, I gotta ask my auntie because she just made dressing. I'm gonna ask her if she used ground beef or bacon.
Mhm.
All right, that sounds good though.
Um,
I ain't gonna lie to that. I ain't gonna lie.
you want to hear my controversial statement about Thanksgiving though?
Talk about it.
I don't think mashed potatoes is necessary.
It's really not. Like I'm like it's
Yo.
really not. Like listen, it's really not. So let's get this out the way. I'm with you on that. I think as a black delegation, we agree. There's no need for that. All you need, mac and cheese,
Yes.
dressing,
Yes.
uh greens if you can make them, because everybody can't make greens. That's always kind of a wish. You sweet potatoes, or more likely, more preferably yams, right? You got yams. What else do everybody can probably make?
You got the turkey or the ham.
Turkey and ham, both. That's fine. Um,
But
then
other than
you
that,
have yeah, that's it. I think everything else after that is kind of extra, right? So like some people they make dirty rice. You know what dirty rice is?
yeah.
Dirty rice. That's an option. Some people make gumbo for an option.
I thought that's more of like a Christmas thing, gumbo.
It's both. It's usually
Both.
so. And the crazy part about it is it can be Thanksgiving, it can be Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
And that's mainly with my family. It's disgusting. Like I can, like this part of the year is a gumbo. You get your gumbo off this whole for the next 3 months. You just get all
Yeah.
your gumbo fixing out the way. Just like how you feel about dressing. You
Mhm.
feel me? You ain't. That's how our family is when it comes to gumbo. You got 3 months, bro.
Yeah.
Get it out the way. So, I'm trying to think. What else do people make? I think that's it. And then people, everything else like addition, like cranberry sauce and whatever. So,
I don't really mess with that, but
yeah, me neither. I'm not a
yeah,
cranberry.
so I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think mashed
yeah. Mashed
potatoes is
potatoes is not necessary. Even green bean casserole, you can leave that at home. Like ain't nobody needs green bean casserole. Nobody needs green bean casserole at all. Like those two, put it to the side somewhere. You don't need them.
Yeah, no.
Even pumpkin pie you can leave at the crib. Like to a certain extent. I'd rather sweet potato pie is better. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. That's a fact. Whoever like pumpkin pie. But what's so funny though? I think it's just a culture thing because like our culture, we usually go to sweet potato pie. Everybody else does pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, we usually do. I do like sweet potato pie though. They taste very similar to me.
yeah.
What? What is that?
Remember that happened last time? Oh yeah! Thumbs up, yeah. So yeah, I hope that shows up in the record. I'd be like, hey yo, thumbs up this video. You feel me? Yeah. Leave a like, share, subscribe. We didn't even go through the business talk. Yeah, I'm saying I'm just happy to talk to my brother, man. I ain't talked to my brother since literally almost close to a month.
Yeah, it's
For
been about a
real.
month.
Since about a month, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your boy's out here getting swole now. You can't see because I got.
I see that, man. You getting sore. I'm getting fat. I'm eating everything, bro. I looked at these pictures, bro. I was looking at these pictures from the trip. I'm like, dog, I didn't gain so much weight, bro. I was looking hella fat. I'm like,
Hey, well, you got free gym membership over here whenever you want it. So
I know. The problem is that's like I get off because like my thing is like I be having to like create these like imaginary windows for me to work. I mean to get a workout in because like I work hella early, so like I either have to work out at like 4:30 in the morning, or do it right when I get off work because I can't work out at night. Like that is like I draw the line at that. Like I hated working out at when we was in high school for basketball because we had all our practices at 5, 6 o'clock. I hated every single one of those workouts. Hated it. So I'm just like, if I'm gonna work out, I either gotta work out right before I go to work or right after I get off work. And then depending on how work go, I don't be having an energy to want to go work out, but then I be feeling mad because I'm like, I'm not doing shit, but just like sleeping or like whatever. And I'm like, I need to get my ass up and go do something. You know what I'm saying? But then after looking at these fucking photos, I was like, no, fuck that. I gotta get my ass right. Cause I was looking, I was just like, damn.
Hey, photos really be putting you on blast, bro.
I was like, damn, I'm gonna get a little chunky out here. You know what I'm saying? That relationship weight, bro. I was like, fuck. All right, bro. Let's strap on the boots real quick, man.
Walking,
so
man, that's how you gotta start. We'll just do a little bit of walking.
Yeah, bro. So,
anyways, let's talk about some football, man. That's what people are here for.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, before we get to the football discussions, man, because, you know, I'm back in the building, so I got to do it. It's only right. You feel me? If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more lovely content from me and my brother Will right here. If you're listening to this on Apple's podcast, make sure you leave a 5-star, you leave a review, because we need validation, because we are kids and we need to know that we're doing a good job. And if you could do that, we'd be gladly appreciated. If you listen to this or watching us on Spotify, you do the exact same things that I said on the past 2 previous apps. And if you don't do that, I'm gonna come through the TV screen and I'm gonna slap you respectfully. How is that? Like that? That's not bad, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? That's off the top of the dome, you feel me? Off top of the chrome dome. So you do those things, we'll be gladly appreciated, and we can bring you more guys, more content that you will love and hopefully endure and enjoy and just want to watch over and over and over and over. Cause like, you know what's so funny? Respectfully, just put it on somebody's TV. Like, just forcefully do it. You ain't even gotta watch it. Just put it on somebody's TV and just let it sit there. You know how you go to like stores or like you go to like restaurants and they just got something playing in the background? Just have us as the background. I promise you, we'll be so thankful. You don't even have to pay attention to what we doing. Just put it in the background.
Go to the Apple store and log into each phone and just put us
on put us in the background. That's it. We gonna say something at some point that somebody gonna laugh at. So, what episode is this?
14.
I need a player from 14, bro. Run it. You know what it is. I got one off the top of my head too. Yep. I got one player, and I really legit only know one. Oh, a matter of fact, I think it's 2.
Watson from Green Bay. Is he 14?
No, I think he's 9.
Oh, he's a 9.
He's not. Josh Allen? No, but you're close.
Diggs?
Yes.
Okay, Stephon Diggs, 14.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is 14. I want to say also that who else is 14? Yeah, Diggs is 14, but I also want to say that I think Chris Godwin from the Buccaneers is 14 as well. Yes, he is. He's 14 as well. That's the 2 people I had in mind. I had Chris Godwin and I had Stephon Diggs. So
okay,
yeah, yeah, man. I can't think of anybody else. I think Sam Darnold used to wear 14 at a point. It's an odd number. Like, ain't nobody really checking for a dude named wearing 14, but that's probably the more, you know, common people I know. But yeah, man. Thanksgiving Day we had or just to recap the week 12 to be specific. We could start off with Thanksgiving Day, man. Thanksgiving Day, you know, you wake up, it's fresh in the morning, you feeling good, you know you're finna eat some good food, you got the mac and cheese, you got the ham, you got the turkey. I don't know what desserts everybody family make, but I know mine, we make like chocolate cake, 7-Up cake, you may get a little pumpkin pie, some pecan pie, some banana pudding. I got a banana pudding waiting on it. I just gotta tell my stepmom to make it for me so I go pick it up because I got a dessert coming my way, you feel me? So like I'm gonna still be a little fat. So let me rock with that. But anyway, back to Thanksgiving. They had a lot of good games.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were blowouts. Some of them were relatively close, right? Mm-hmm. So as we observe and we look into the Thanksgiving week, we had 3 games. We had the Packers versus the Lions. We had the Niners versus the Seahawks. And we had the Cowboys versus the Commanders, right? I don't know where you want to start. I think for the grand scheme of things, I mean, the Packers versus the Lions game. You could talk about your thoughts on that one. I think for me, I think we just kind of getting to the point where, as much as I want to promote the Lions, I think the Lions are starting to show that they're a little fraudulent. There's a little crease in their armor. You know what I'm saying? To lose to a
Wouldn't say all
team,
that
and more or less, I mean,
because
to beat.
they were one of the top teams until like that game because they were like what they were 8-3 or whatever. So
Yeah, for sure. But I
I feel like
think
they were just
that
due for an L,
they
and
were
it
due
was
for an
kind of
L, but I don't know. I just don't really like how the game had played out for the most part, right? Like, at least from what I've seen, it for a team that's supposed to be winning that division and supposed to be at the top of their division to have a relapse like that against a team that's pretty much been struggling
mhm.
this whole season, especially with a rookie quarterback. These are the type of games that, especially playing at home, that you have to take care of business and make sure that you get the dub. I mean, to have Jordan Love throw on you for 3 tugs for 268 was definitely not something that you expected to happen or wanted to happen on Thanksgiving Day. And usually, because the Lions, they play every year. So it's like, all right, like, it's the Lions game. Like, and especially with them being quote unquote good this year, you would think that they would have a good performance. But yeah, it just feel like they really laid an A, had a really slow start. Green Bay got up to an early lead. They tried to make it competitive at the end, but it was just a little bit too little too late. Um, and it just kind of they just couldn't get over the hump, and unfortunately, with them having a few turnovers throughout the game. What the I had the I had the buzz thing go in my ear because I got the AirPod thing playing. It just Lions couldn't get over the hump, but it's some things that you just kind of, it gives you a little caution for pause, because Detroit is a good team. Don't get me wrong; they are a really good team. They're still number one in the West. I mean, in the NFC North. I said the West, in the NFC North, but we already know that they're probably going to win the division. That's pretty much inevitable unless they just drop the ball. I mean, they play at the Saints, they play at the Bears, they play versus the Browns, at Vikings, at Cowboys versus the Vikings. Those games are relatively winnable games outside of probably at the Cowboys. I think that's probably going to be an L. But everybody else, they could pretty much run through the division. So I know for me, if I am the Detroit Lions, am trying to make sure I win the most games as possible so we could get as much as a home field advantage as we can going into the playoffs. Because there's the world, based on their record, if they win out, they could probably be, let's see, if they win out, they can easily be, let's see, let's say they'll be, let's say they win at the Saints, they lose at Bears, they win versus the Broncos, and then they probably, let's say they split the Vikings because they play back to back. So there's a world where they probably go, see, 3-11. They go 11-6. 11-6, I think, probably would get you the third seed in the NFC, which won't be bad. But it definitely would probably give you a couple home games. Hopefully, they could win more. They could probably get the second seed because you would want to be able to play at home, especially with Detroit, because I don't really think they're a good road team. Um, Obviously, especially after getting packed out by the Ravens and stuff like that, I think they really kind of got exposed to the point where, like, they're really a good indoor team, but not necessarily a good outdoor team. And for them to drop one of the games at home, especially against the Packers, again, like I said, going against a Jordan Love that's really haven't been, like, he started off pretty solid, but then kind of got inconsistent, and I guess now he's picking it back up. But those are the games that you're supposed to win. It's just simple and plain. Like, those are the games that you have to have, especially when you're trying to create a name and create an image of yourself that you're one of those teams. Because as of this point today, I think after that loss, people are starting to really have concerns and questions about the Lions because they're questioning Jared Goff. Their defense is not really as imposing as people thought they were. And Jared Goff is still a top 15, top 10 quarterback, but he definitely has limitations. The offense is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but I think the defense they definitely have some relapses from time to time. And I just hope that they're starting to get into that conversation of, like, we had this conversation about tiers in the NFC where it's pretty much everybody else. Did it cut off?
No, you're
Oh, okay, I'm good. So as of today, it looks like for me, it's the Niners, the Eagles, the Cowboys in their own tier, and then it's like Detroit and everybody else. You got Seattle. Like at a point, like the Lions were looking like, you feel what I'm saying? At least to me as a team, because they
they're
were
looking like
so.
what?
It felt like huh?
They're looking like what?
What'd you say?
You said the lines are looking like something and it cut out.
They were looking like. Oh, sorry. They were looking like a team that was on the level of like a Dallas.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, no,
after
they
to
were.
me, after this loss to the backers, I think you kind of got to drop them down a little bit lower. And now they chilling with the Seahawks of the world and
Yeah, no.
who
This
else?
game just
The
basically came down to the defense didn't show up. If you look at it, Jordan Love had no sacks on him and no pressures on him. So he had all the time in the world to be able to hit his guys. And he just so happened to be comfortable enough to throw the ball. And that's basically what happened. It was a
I
close
was
game, but you know,
yeah, it got close at the end, but I mean, the Packers had a pretty comfortable lead most of the game. It was not
yeah.
really. I don't think that it was really much of for them to it was. I mean, they tried to make it relatively closer at the end, but for the most part, I feel like the Packers was pretty much in control. Um, and I'm so mad because I cut Jordan Love last week on fantasy for one of my leagues to put him. I forgot what I cut him for, but I was like, he ain't been playing well. And the first week I cut him, he had like 29 points the next. The
Yeah,
next,
I hate when that happens. Every
I
time
was
I like
pissed.
seem to put somebody on the bench, they like go crazy. So I'm just, bro, okay.
Yeah,
But
I was,
yeah,
I was, I was pissed. I was pissed. So yeah, but yeah, the really the biggest issue with Detroit, man, they just outside of the defense, man, with just the fumbles, the three fumbles really cost them. They won a possession of time. They had the more rushing yard. They had more passing. Um, they was more efficient. Well, I don't know if they consider more efficient from third down, but it seemed like well, actually, no, I'm looking at the numbers right now. They were actually, damn, I can't do math. Uh, and they were about the same as far as efficiency from the third down, but yeah, it just really came down to turnovers, and just the defense not giving them the defense not really holding on their own, especially to give up 29 points to a Packers offense that really haven't really been doing good for the past few weeks. It just wasn't a good look overall.
yeah.
Damn, congested ish. Nah. Well,
Yeah,
uh, and then you had the Dallas game, of course. You want to
Commanders.
give your thoughts on that one?
I mean, I think it was pretty cool to see who was it? Berman on the defense has like 5 pick sixes for the season. It's like a
Uh huh.
record or whatever.
Yeah.
They completely blew out the Commanders. Commanders
Yeah.
they couldn't do nothing to stop Dallas.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Dallas came in, they did their thing. They were just unbelievable. Dak actually had a pretty good game. CeeDee
Yeah.
Lamb was
Four tugs.
unstoppable.
Three.
Yeah, and it's just they just dominated. That's all. The
Yeah.
defense was going crazy. They were just completely destroying the line. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was the Commanders. The Commanders aren't really a good team anymore, especially since they lost Young. So it's like they don't really got
They
too much
just
to hold on.
ain't really got much going in. They just have to. You could tell that the Commanders are in the rebuilding phase, man.
Yeah.
They definitely have potential though. I think Sam Howell. I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback, but definitely statistically he looks like one. Um, I don't know if he's going to be the quarterback for the future, but he's definitely a bright spot moving forward. Brian Robinson is a good bright spot at at running back. They still have Scary Terry. Um, I think they just have to kind of figure out what they're gonna do with the defense and kind of have to start over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they just can't stop nobody. I think their corners, for the last times I checked, every time I look up, anybody that plays the Commanders, their wide receivers have a field day. Like they have a field day. Every time I turn around and see the Commanders, I'd be like, if they play a top tier receiver, he probably for the cook. He probably gonna
Yeah.
cook them.
Yeah,
So
no, they couldn't stop any of those receivers.
yeah. So
Even little dude was going crazy. I forget what his name is. He's like 5'6".
what you talking about, Brandon Cooks?
No, it's not Cooks. It was the other
Oh,
dude.
you talking about man, I mean that's only just like four. That's only short doing on any team. You talking about for the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, the Cowboys. They got like a dude that's like really, really small. He's like
They got a
five five, 5'6".
they got a few of them. I ain't gonna lie. They got a
Okay, but
few.
yeah, he was like doing the kick returns and stuff, and he was because he's hecka fast. But even him,
Mm.
he was going crazy during the game too. But yeah, no, it's just it was the Cowboys. Cowboys are a good team.
And shout out to Darren Bland, man. Like you said, dog, he's definitely been one of the brighter spots in this defense because of the loss of Diggs earlier this year. He led the league in interception pick sixes, which is unheard of, especially in the NFL. I heard rumors of them saying that he might be in a running for the defensive player of the year. I don't know, man. I think he may get it. He may not. I probably lean towards not. I mean, probably. I think if he get like two more pick sixes, he probably might win. Two more
Yeah,
pick sixes.
yeah, no,
So
he's doing some incredible stuff, but
very much
he's
so,
got some
man.
competition on the other side, so
Yeah, very much so. Very
it'll
much
be
so. I
hard.
agree. I will agree.
Yeah,
Well, ain't much to really dissect about that game. That was pretty much a snooze fest because everybody kind of knew who was going to win that one.
yeah,
Then you move along, man, to the Thursday night game, prime time. You know what I mean? You go to Seattle, man. They played the San Francisco 49ers. And the 49ers took care of business, man. Picked up where they left off. They definitely have got back into a well-oiled machine with everybody being back and healthy, I believe, right? I think outside
yeah.
of obviously missing Hufanga that got his ankles broke for the season.
He double tore his ACL.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Cause I wasn't here for that, but when I seen that, I said, damn. Bro really got took out the season by getting crossed up. Literally.
But at
I
least
felt bad for him.
what's his name? Brown came in and kind of finished off the game for us real strong. He played a
Yeah.
good like first game of him being on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no Hufanga, man.
Yeah, so Fanga, first and foremost, I hope you get well, my boy. I just, that was crazy to see in person, but
Yeah.
not in person, but it was crazy to see. You know what I mean? But I hope you get well. But yeah, back to the Niners, man. I think that I think it was not much of a surprise this game. I mean, Seattle not really haven't really found their flow offensively. Been very inconsistent this year.
They're
I know
very
I've kind of
frustrated.
yeah, very frustrating. But I mean, when you play a Niners defense that's probably top five, top three defense in the league, man, and especially when your offense is not really being consistent, it can happen, man. You shout out to what's my dog name? What's his name? Charvarius Ward. He really played great. He was really playing great defense on DK Metcalf, held them to
Locked him
three
out.
catches, 32 yards. He pretty much had him locked down all game. Obviously with them not having Kenneth Walker there, they can't really establish a run game. And I love Geno Smith. I'm always gonna ride for him, but I just, it's not. There's not too many times where you could just, have the ball in his hands and expect him to carry you to win games. And this was
Yeah,
one
it's
of them.
Gino. Gino ain't that
It's
guy.
just Geno. Yeah, Geno is just not like he's okay, but he's not that guy. So yeah, it just they just didn't really have enough to firepower per se to get the job done. But
But
yeah, man,
I
shout out
think
to the
there's
Niners,
one thing
man.
that we're missing though.
What?
Brock Purdy have a perfect passer rating, sir.
Yeah, person passing rate, but he threw a pick.
Was that this last game? Oh, that was the game before. You were here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Never
I wasn't
mind.
here for that. And then, no.
Okay.
See, that's the crazy part. You really tried to do that. You tried to
Perfect
bring up the
passer
per
rating.
passer rating. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. That was 2 weeks ago. That ain't got
Okay,
nothing to do with
I
me.
mean, he did have that. Ain't been done since the '90s or the '80s, actually. So
I
just
believe
saying.
so.
Yeah. So
No. I believe perfect passer rating has been done since then. I'm pretty sure.
like the '80s.
No, I think before that. I'm pretty sure. Literally, like, bro, this year. I
No,
could have swore it was like, I guess not. I had to check that. I don't know. Play this. I don't think that's for sure. I think you're just making up stuff. I'm gonna have to go check that out myself.
It's like the late '80s since like Joe Montana.
What's the perfect passer rating?
The perfect passer rate, where every pass that they make, like dude catches the ball, it hits.
Okay, but I'm saying it's a number. What's the number? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I forget what it was. It was like he was like high '90s.
Oh yeah, somebody definitely did that. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, whatever. digress. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect pass,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. Shout out to him, man. But yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, man,
Yeah.
he's played a good game. He played a good game even against the Seattle. I think that like I said, man, it's just a well-oiled machine, man. I think that they kind of know what they know what they gonna do. They know how they gonna play. They know they play style. They know their routine, man. It just kind of rinse and repeat. I think at this point, they put up another 30 burger. Shout out to Chris McCaffrey. He is literally carrying me in my fantasy leagues. He is carrying a lot of my fantasy league games so far.
You see
Debo
all the
had a pretty
blood that he had in his bed the next day? I
nah.
think like his girl took a video of like him getting out of bed the next day, and she like she went to the sheets, and you just see blood stains all through the bed because of just how
Yeah.
beat up he is.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
did you see
But
Tua?
but that's low key kind of scary too, though, man. But yeah, what?
Did
Huh?
you see Tua?
Nah, what?
Bro, Tua's missing a chunk in his arm where his tribal tattoo is
Uh
from the
huh.
game with who they play? Was it the Jets? I think it
Oh,
was the
oh no,
Jets
no, no!
game.
I did see that. I did see that.
That's disgusting. Like you could
Yeah, I did
literally
see
see
that.
into his arm, and he
Yeah,
still
man. That's
played.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's football, man. Football, man. You play with weird injuries, man. But I will say this: we gonna have to be on the lookout for Christian McCaffrey. Like I know he's looking great. Y'all looking great. Y'all balling. He is getting a lot of touches.
Yeah,
He's getting
we
a
need him
lot.
healthy, so we need Mitchell to step
He's
it up.
getting a lot of touches.
Yeah,
So we gonna see if this can like hold going into the playoffs and make it a deep run. But this is a lot of touches for Christian McCaffrey. And shout out to him, man. He's sticking to the course, man. He's been healthy. We haven't really heard no injury concern. He's been playing through every game, and he's been
I
injured some
mean,
games, but he's been playing through it. It seems like so. He's been competing, but it's still
they could try
just
to like at least throw Debo in the backfield and then let Jennings start with Ayuk on the as wide receivers so that they can get
yeah, for sure. And I
break a
think
little
that's what
bit.
they did a little bit of that. I think Debo got a couple good runs. I mean, he
Yeah,
scored in last game, so I think they may incorporate that a little bit more. Because I think the reality is, I don't know what Debo can be complaining about. Because at the end of the day, he's not really a receiver. He's like a athlete. He's an athlete that can play receiver, right?
yeah.
So like he's just a player that just needs to find a way to get the ball in his hands. But needless to say, the Niners took care of business. The Seattle just is not a good defense, man. And I think matter of fact, let me ask you, how do you feel about the Chase Young acquisition? Because I wasn't on the pod when that happened, and when I seen it, I was like, yeah. My opinion about it is it was a good trade. I don't remember how many draft picks I gave it, but it wasn't really much, and especially for a team that's going to be win
Oh,
now. What?
because you said acquisitions, I was like, what happened?
Acquisition. Sorry, I think I said the name. I said the word wrong. But anyway, I think with Chase Young, definitely it opens up a lot for the D line. I mean, it makes that D line even that much more better. And it definitely puts a lot of pressure more on all the other linemen to just play one on one because, you got Nick Bosa on one end and you got Chase Young on the other end. You kind of got to pick your poison between the two. And it just makes that defense that much better. So yeah, I just want to ask your opinion about that. What's your thoughts on the Chase Young trade, and how you've seen it play out since the trade has happened? Because I think they played a couple games now, probably what 2 or 3.
2 games together, yeah.
Yeah, 2 games. So from what you see, what are your impressions of the early trade so far?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, I was kind of like, really, like, do we really need another like defensive lineman? Like, come on, that's all we keep picking up is defensive linemen. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, we really need like some corners or maybe another safety, to kind of help out because our secondary keeps getting blown out every game.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since he came in, it there's a lot of pressure now on the other quarterbacks. You got Nick Boza went from having like 2, 3 sacks to now he's up to 5 within these 2 games, and it's like I think it helped him out a lot, to where now he doesn't have all the pressure or all of the attention on him from the offensive linemen, to where now it's kind of like he gets to just do what he does best and just push guys around. So It's been a real big help. The Niners are now getting like sacks, like a lot of sacks every game, just because of all that. And this is causing quarterbacks to throw awkwardly because they are trying to scramble and get away, which is obviously leading to um, our other guys getting picks. I think our picks went up higher just because of how the quarterbacks are trying to adjust to having Nick Bosa over here and then Chase Young over here trying to get me. So it's helping out a lot. It's helping our defense look very elite again. So I'm okay with it now. Before I was kind of like, really, bro, but as of now, I'm like, it's cool. Having that pressure on there causes the defense to look really good. So yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't think we give
Yeah.
up too much for him, but if it comes to us getting the chip this year, then it's good. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem, man. Especially when you're trying to win now, right? You kind of, I think a lot of organizations sometimes try to fit on the line with, do we try to, make sure that we have enough, salary cap to kind of like, adjust some things just in case it doesn't work, or they don't really, put money in or go all in to try to win because they feel like maybe just to be safe. So I salute the teams that really take chances and try to win. And to be fair, it wasn't really a high risk to trade for Chase Young. I mean, for him to, I mean, as talented as he is and as pitiful as a game changer as he can be, I think that he definitely brings a lot of value, especially to that defensive line. And, those for, the game is started in the trenches. So if you can control the offensive defensive line, you're going to win the game.
Yeah,
And I definitely think the Niners have definitely solidified themselves in that, and I think their D line depth is pretty stacked at this point. And I think from experience with playing against the Eagles, I think that's one of the things they learned. Right, they took that from the Eagles playbook. I remember the Eagles last year had a really crazy D line. It feel like they can just rotate left and right, and nobody was tired. I think the Niners are trying to incorporate that to a certain extent within their defense. So. Shout out to them, man. That was definitely a nice little trade. It was a little sneaky trade too. I mean, I don't think nobody was really talking about it that crazy, but definitely will probably pay off in the long run. I think especially with Nick Bosa to help him free him up a little bit more. He definitely hasn't really had, as far as sacks concerned, the most crazy impact, throughout the season. I think he's tied for 15 in sacks right now, but you never gonna second guess his talents, but you definitely see that statistically he hasn't been on the same type of timing that we probably normally used to. But nevertheless, definitely with the addition of Trace Young, that will definitely, I believe, open that up and will definitely be something interesting to see, especially as they get especially with them both going to Ohio State too. So they both had the chemistry there. They both have a decent relationship being Ohio State boys, and you would definitely probably see a lot of things cooking up in the next few weeks. So yeah, especially with him trying to get his rhythm within that defense. So, but yeah, man, shout out to the Niners, man. I think they just I think at this point, I think you just kind of know who the Niners are. Like the Niners are just a really legit team. They're here. Like there's no way around them. They're just well balanced, well rounded, and they're just gonna be here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So unfortunately, they just got teams that's better than them. But it's neither here nor there. Um,
Let's go to the top five because it's been a minute.
Oh man, I know, right? We was talking more or less about the thing. But anyway, so that was the Thanksgiving. I mean, to recap the rest of the weeks, I'll just run through it real quick, right? We had the Dolphins, they took care of the Jets. The Dolphins, they're really good. The Jets are really bad. They don't really have a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers should be there, but he's hurt. And Zach Wilson sucks. So they have to put him to the bench and bring in Tim Boyle. It's Tim Boyle. Do you know who Tim Boyle is?
Nope.
Exactly. That's why they lost. Moving along. All right. You know what? I might do that sometimes. Sometimes we just gotta run through. I'm gonna just run through every game. Let's do it.
Do
Then
like
we had
5 seconds per game.
for a second. I'll just run. I'll just give you quick synapses.
Five
So then the
seconds.
Saints played the Falcons. Who cares about this game for real? But the Falcons end up winning. Riller still is not really a good quarterback, but the Saints are just that bad to the point where the Falcons can still win games against the Saints because that division is a cluster. We don't know who coming out that division. I'm gonna be honest. I think whoever wins that division is probably still gonna have a losing record. And I think it should be Tampa Bay, but they probably gonna have a loser record. Moving along, the Steelers somehow, some way, with that trash ass offense, is still finding a way to win games. They beat the Bengals 16-10, but unfortunately, with Joe Burrow being out for the season, I think this might be the end to the Bengals year, just because they just without Joe Burrow, that offense is just like it's nothing to really call home about. It's nothing, right? So, shout out to the Steelers, man. They finally got rid of Matt Canada. Everybody's been preaching to get rid of the offensive coordinator. They finally did that. And as soon as they do that, they had a season high of 421 yards offensively. They're now 7-4, which I think is second in the AFC North. And the AFC North is getting very competitive right now. I think the Ravens being number one, I think at 9-3. I think the Browns are 8-3, and I think the Steelers are 7-4. So it's still anyone's game. You got to finish out the season. The Panthers lost to the Titans. Panthers are 1-10. They pretty much did cut their head coach and the offensive coordinator because nobody expected for the Panthers to struggle like this with the talent that they had signed to help Bryce Young get through this rookie year. But clearly there is a miscommunication or whatever is going on. Bryce Young is definitely has not been as good as we thought he was going to be, but I don't think he is bad as he's looked this season. So I definitely look forward to him moving forward, being able to be more promising. But I mean, they played the Titans. I mean, both these teams are not really making the playoffs, so there's nothing to really call home about. The Colts beat the Buccaneers.
5 seconds.
Let me rap, okay? We're gonna be done anyway.
I got that much time left. Hurry up.
Oh, my bad. The Colts beat the Buccaneers. The Giants beat the Patriots. The Jaguars beat the Texans. Something to look forward to between C.J. Stroud and Trevor Lawrence. What else? We got the Browns losing to the Broncos. Broncos on a 5-game winning streak. Be on the lookout for them. They might sneak and make the wild card. The Rams beat the Cardinals. Both the teams not making the playoffs. The Raiders lost the game against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs is keeping it in stride. Won a close game. They are now 10-1 going against the Niners. We're looking forward to next or this week coming up. I got the Eagles winning. I know he got the Niners, so whatever. And my Ravens took care of business. We beat the Chargers Sunday Night Football. Great game defensively. We locked them down, but the offense definitely could be a lot better moving forward. And the Bears versus the Vikings was probably the worst game I ever watched on TV. All right, where we going?
Top 5 power rankings.
Top 5 power rankings. Okay, we're going to go like this. I'm going to go from 5 to 1. At 5, I have the Dolphins. At 4, I have... Dang, who did I have? Let me read my notes. I take that back. Let me look again. Why is it taking so long? That's why computers suck. So, at 5, I have the Dolphins. At 4, I have the Chiefs. At 3, I have the Ravens. At 2, I have the Niners. At 1, I have the Eagles. It's just that simple. I think Tua, I think their offense is really good, but I think their defense is still, they haven't played nobody for me to really consider them better than the teams I mentioned before. I think the Chiefs at 4 is a good spot. I think Pat Mahomes has definitely carried this offense. They definitely played a lot better this current week, but I think with their wide receiver struggling and it's very inconsistent, they don't really have a go-to receiver outside of Kelsey. And he's getting older and he's making a little bit more errors than we normally see him do because he's getting older. So it's definitely something to look out for. And that defense is really good. Like, this is probably the best defense we've seen Pat Mahomes have in a long time. So if they could just find some consistency and some security within that offense, it's definitely going to be a team to look out for. The Ravens being at number 3, that's my squad. I think we're probably one of the more well-rounded teams in the league. I think defensively we're probably one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. Lamar Jackson is still playing great. I think our offense has definitely been great. I think we had some relapses. I think some games we don't be as electric, and I think with the loss of Mark Andrews, definitely we'll see how it plays out. But Isaiah Likely definitely had a good game last week against the Chargers. And then 1 and 2, the Eagles and Niners. I think those teams are pretty much the cream of the crop. They're not like untouchable, but those are definitely the top of the top when it comes to teams. I think they're both teams well-rounded, great coaching, great depth across the board, great quarterback play, great skill players, and yeah, it's just hard to beat those teams consistently. So yeah, leave it at that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go from 1 to 5.
Why would you
Um,
go for 5, 1 to 5? Nobody cares about 5 once you go to 1. It starts with
mm,
5, and then you
all
go to
right,
1. That's
fine.
how it
Five
works,
to five
bro.
to one. 5-1.
Yes.
My number five, I'll put Detroit. I'll put the Lions. My number four, I'm
Really?
gonna put the
Okay.
Chiefs. My
Okay.
number three, I'll put the Ravens. Number two, I'll
Uh-huh.
put the Eagles, and number one, I'll put the Niners. Um,
Okay.
yeah, when it comes to the Niners, I think that a healthy Niners, nobody in the league can touch them right now. Not even the
Uh-huh.
Eagles. Like a healthy Niners and a healthy Eagles
So
team.
we gonna find out this Sunday.
Yeah, basically. But a healthy
Okay.
Niners team versus a healthy Eagles team, the Niners are completely, yeah, on a different
Okay.
level.
Okay.
But the Eagles are a really, really good team as well, so I'll put them at number two. The Ravens are also a really good team, so I'll put them at number three.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeming to be clicking now, so it's going good for them. And then Chiefs, I mean, Chiefs are kind of like the wild card in the elites right now because you never know with them. They should be winning some games and then they don't, and then you expect them to blow out a team, and sometimes they do.
Yeah.
So that's why I put them there. And then Detroit, just because I think the Lions do have a really, really good team. They're not to that elite level yet. My number five is hard just because it's like there's so many
It's
teams
a
that are
toss
like
up.
there. Yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many teams that are in that
It's a toss up.
category. They're not in the top four guys categories, but that
Yeah.
number five spot, it's like it's a hard one to choose. But I'm just gonna go Detroit because that's my sleeper team. So
Yeah. Respectfully, I get that. And that's a toss up, man. That's
yeah,
definitely a
it's
toss
hard
up.
for that five.
That's definitely a toss up.
Um,
So yeah.
okay.
Well,
Predictions.
I'm not mad at that. Predictions, week 13 predictions. We gonna run by these real quick. Now, okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. The Niners and the Philly game is not prime time. However, since we both picked the both different sides, do you want? Let's count that game.
Yeah, we'll count it. We'll count it.
All right, bet. So moving along. Thursday night, Seattle at Dallas. Who you got? I got Dallas.
Seattle at Dallas.
Yes. If you pick Seattle,
Kenneth
you're
Walker's not
crazy.
healthy, huh?
No,
Then
just
yeah,
pick
it's gonna be
Dallas. Yeah, just
Dallas.
pick Dallas. Jesus Christ. Like, I know there's certain games you want to be different. That's cool, but no. But yeah, as of
Hey,
right now, I think in the pick 'em, I think Will is up 29-15. I'm 25-19. So yeah, we're both. I done caught up a little bit. That Thanksgiving weekend definitely helped me a lot for sure because I was looking kind of disgusting.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Um, Indiana at Tennessee.
that's a hard. Is this a prime time?
No, this don't count. I just want to
Oh,
run by these real quick because what I'm gonna do is at the end of the season, like at the final week, I'm gonna watch every episode and I'm gonna go through and whatever I'm gonna do our overall record versus our primetime record. If that makes sense.
oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
I'll
gonna
just
be
go
like a little
Tennessee.
segment.
I'll go
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah. Tennessee. I will pick. I heard that Jonathan Taylor may not play this week because he has an injured thumb, but Indianapolis definitely on like I think like a 3-game winning streak, so I do trust them more than Tennessee. So I'm going to pick Indiana this week. LA Chargers LA Chargers at New England.
Chargers.
I agree. I think the Chargers as well. New England is they just don't exist no more. Detroit at New Orleans.
Detroit.
Detroit as well. I'm with you on that. Atlanta at New York.
New York. Who?
Jets.
Um.
The New York is just so bad.
Jets.
I just can't. I just can't. I'm picking Atlanta. I just cannot see myself picking the Jets ever. Arizona at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh as well. Miami at Washington. Low key ain't gonna lie. Miami might put up 80 on them boys. I ain't gonna lie. They might put up 80 on them boys. Denver at Houston. I'm going Houston. I think both, even though Houston lost his last game versus Jacksonville, I still think they are a really good team. CJ Stroud is a top 10 quarterback right now. Facts. Denver, even though they're on a 5-game winning streak, I think it stops here at Houston.
I'm gonna go Denver. We risky.
Denver, okay. I ain't mad at that. Carolina at Tampa Bay. I'm picking Tampa Bay. I'm picking Tampa Bay because I got Baker Mayfield in my fantasy. I need him to be good. So
Yeah, Tampa.
Be great. Cleveland at Los Angeles Chargers.
You said the Chargers already.
No. I meant my bad. Rams. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Browns at Rams.
Yeah, Browns at Rams. Yeah.
I'll go Browns.
Philly. I mean, not bad. The Niners at Philly. Obviously, you pick it. Yeah. And then this is a primetime game, so obviously we got the opposite. But primetime game is Kansas City at Green Bay.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I think I gotta go Kansas City too. As much as I want to believe in Jordan Love, and I know I promoted him early in this year, I just don't see it. I think Pat Mahomes still good enough to get it done, man. Yeah. And then Monday night, last but not least, we got Cincinnati at Jacksonville. No Burrow, bro. Like, it's just no Burrow. It's not. I'm not finna. It's nothing to talk about, man. So
yeah, no.
That wraps it up for the Week 13 predictions, man. Be on the lookout, man. We will definitely next week be talking about the recap for Week 13. We would definitely be talking about the Niners versus the Eagles because that is definitely a high-rated matchup that we are definitely both, or everybody is pretty much anticipated for.
We should do a TikTok live watch.
I'm down for that. We could definitely do that. I don't know how to
followers on TikTok. So
oh damn! Yeah, I'd definitely be down. That'd be fire. Yeah. Ooh. Anyway, maybe we get to do that soon. But yeah, definitely. We would definitely be talking about the Niners and the Eagles, man. It's gonna be a great matchup. Top two teams in the NFC. Pretty much a NFC Championship preview. Mm-hmm. I am very excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna. I just want to see what the energy gonna be like, man. Like. I really want to see what the energy gonna be like because I know it's gonna be I can see it getting real nasty. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. You know what I mean? My Ravens got the week off. We not playing, so it don't really matter. But I definitely want to see. I can't wait. But I'm definitely gonna be making sure I watch that game for sure. I'm going to be sitting down, really like in there. So, but anyway, that wraps it up, man. And that's it.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, well, that does it, man. This has been episode 14 of the Fourth Rounders podcast. Is Tweez. I am back. What'd I say? Did I do something wrong?
14. Isn't this?
You said it's episode 14?
Yeah, it is 14. My bad.
I forgot already. Crazy. Anyway, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. This has been another lovely episode of the Fourth Rounders podcast. I'm going by Tweez with my brother Will. We will catch you guys on the next one. Next week on Tuesday. Watch us. Just put it on the put it on the background.
Well, you ain't gotta watch it. Release on Tuesday, but we record on Tuesday. So.
Yeah, we record on Tuesday, and then for some reason it don't come out till Friday.
We got a life. That's why.
That's exactly. So for anybody that watches us, we genuinely appreciate y'all. We are very thankful for you guys. I hope y'all had a lovely holidays. Hopefully y'all had a lovely Thanksgiving, and we will continue to give you guys great content. And until then, we will see you next week. Yeah. Peace.